Hello, welcome to Mindful Yoga. I'm Beth. I'm both a yoga teacher and a psychologist, and I have designed today's practice to help with managing your mood. Whatever kind of a mood you're in, sometimes we can feel stuck. We can feel stuck in our bodies, our energy can feel stuck. So the 3 simple yoga flow series I have in this practice are designed to help you gently, easily get things moving, to maybe shift where you are a little bit, and perhaps by the end of this practice, feeling a bit more at ease, a bit more mentally and emotionally stable. You won't need any props other than your yoga mat for this practice. When you're ready to join me, we'll come right over to start on hands and knees. So we're going to come to all fours on the mat to start our first dynamic flow. Set yourself up so that your hands come under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and move around a little bit in any way, perhaps using your hips like a tail, wagging back and forth. Maybe you slide front and back a little bit. And then you can try a little bit of cat-cow. So cat, we round up, tucking the tail, tucking the chin. Cow is the opposite direction. We let our center body come to the mat as the tail goes up, the chin goes forward, chest comes forward. Maybe a few like that. Getting a sense of how your spine is feeling, being in your body for these first sensations. And then come back to center. This time allow your knees to be a little more together, your heels to be a little apart, maybe even off the edges of the mat, that's fine. You're going to take one arm. You could try with the arm closest to me. Reach it up wherever it goes. It might go straight out. It might go up a little bit more, but we're opening and twisting into that direction, breathing into that space, and then drawing the arm underneath you as if you're coming to a little thread the needle. Now, next time when we come up, we're going to change it a little bit. We're going to come onto the inside of the top foot. The top foot extends, and we're in like a little side plank variation. Now your arm can be over your head, reaching for the ceiling, right at your hip. Wherever you want to have that arm is fine. We'll flow between those 2 movements. So bringing your top leg, that knee back down. We're going to scoop under. That's our thread the needle. And then we open up as the top leg extends. It's fine if it's wobbly, reaching through the side body. Let's do that twice more. And you can breathe whichever way you'd like. I like exhaling as I come into this underbody twist. And then inhaling, rise back up. Maybe you'd like to hold it for a moment. And then refine your hands and knees position. I'm going to switch around so that I'm still facing you. Of course, you can stay where you are and just do the other side. So we start by sliding the knees a little together, the feet a little apart. And our first opening, we reach the arm out, get that sense of twisting through the torso around the rib cage, and then scoop the arm under. That's our thread the needle. Next time when we come up, we extend the top leg straight so that you're on the inside heel of the top leg. Arm goes wherever you'd like. Maybe a long stretch might feel good. And then come back down, bring the knee down, thread the needle once again. Reach up as you extend the leg, reach with your arm. And we'll do 2 more of those. Now, whatever you feel as you go through this is okay. Maybe you're feeling sluggish. Maybe you're feeling more emotion, not less. See if you can acknowledge whatever you're feeling and keep your body moving, keep your body slowly flowing through these movements. And then come back down. You might wish to pause or repeat a few of the cat-cow movements. You could also take a moment to sit back and pause. Whatever works for you. If you know child's pose, you might want to rest there before we go to the next flow. So for our second flow, we're going to come up to standing. All right, as you come to standing, take a moment to land in both feet. Feel your feet on the ground. You might even want to wiggle your toes a bit or look down at your toes. See that you can feel that your feet are solidly connected, holding you up. And then we're going to widen the feet. You can choose the width. And keep in mind, sometimes it will actually feel more comfortable to go a little wider than you think at first. So you can try that out. If you are mirroring me, you'll take your right toes and point them directly out to the short edge of the mat. So your feet are kind of in a little bit of an L shape. You might even want to keep the back foot a little more pointed out to start. This flow, this dynamic series is going to be from a side stretch up into a warrior two pose. We'll take it really slowly to begin, and then we'll do it 3 more times like we did in kneeling. So we're going to start to bend over the back leg. Now you want to not come too far forward. Think about sending your hips back, bending right here from the hip crease. You might start to feel some sensation in your inner thigh of the extended leg. Now you can either stay here or you can reach your hand across and get a little twist that way. You might also reach your back arm back or maybe on the back diagonal. So that twist is optional. You might stay right here and focus on the squatting part or take it into a little twist. And then as you start to stand back up, the front knee is going to bend. Remember that those toes are pointing straight out to the short edge of the mat. Back toes might come out just a little bit. We sink down in the center, so our torso is balanced in the center. Lift up your arms, and this is warrior two pose, sometimes called proud warrior. You might be able to feel the energy in your legs, maybe reach more with your arms, feel an opening across your chest. Breathe for a moment into that space. And then we'll repeat our flow 3 times. So coming back to the opposite leg, bending, sending the hips back, twisting if you wish. Coming up through that, staying down in center, bending the front leg into warrior two. And again, back to the back leg, hinging, maybe twisting. Into warrior two, and feel free to change up the arms if you'd like, palms up or cactus arms. And then here is our last one, bending, stay forward or twist. Back into our warrior two. Let's hold here for a breath or 2. Feeling your energy, feeling your body in this pose. And then straighten the leg, lower your arms, come through to center. Take a moment in your wide mountain. You might even feel the sense of your breath. I can feel my heartbeat actually raising a little bit, my breath getting a little bit more rapid. Notice what's going on with your body. That's part of our mindful component. And then we'll switch to the second side, so turning your other leg out to the short edge of the mat, keeping these back toes parallel or maybe a little out to start, and then they go the other way when we do our warrior two. So we start to hinge over to the bent leg, your right leg, getting that hinge right at the hip crease and sending the hips back, letting the glutes help with this a little bit. You can use your hands as a little help. You can stay here or you can take any version of that twist. Hand comes down, back knee straightens. We come up and now the front knee bends. These toes might actually turn a little toward the front knee. Finding our warrior two. I'm trying to stay really grounded and heavy in the middle, not going forward, not going back. I want to feel balanced over both my feet. And then we'll find that flow between the two 3 times, going over the first leg, sending the hips back, taking it to whatever depth feels right for you today, and up into our warrior two. Back to our side squat. You might see me getting a little bit wobbly at times. We all do. So it's a good reminder when you're dealing with difficult emotions that we all feel them. We all struggle to get through them at times. And then last series. And yoga can help us just build the skill to feeling what is feeling in our body, accepting it, and maybe helping us to move on. And then last warrior two, hold for a moment if you like. Maybe you feel a little bit more energy of dropping into your hips a little bit more or reaching your arms out a little bit more. Perhaps you take a last breath with your hands down. And when you're ready, straighten the legs, parallel the feet, and you can give the little heel toe to get yourself back to center. Take a moment in center in your mountain pose. Again, see if the energy has shifted or changed for you at all. Perhaps focus on your breath for a moment. Okay, we have one more flow to go, and for this one, we're going to be back down on the floor, this time in a seated position. All right, so here we are in our seated position, and our seated flow is going to start in a half butterfly. So draw one leg closer to your groin, closer to your body, and extend the opposite leg. Again, your right leg if you're following, mirroring me. Now this opposite leg can go out to any level of diagonal. It might be more in front of your body than mine is. It might be more out to your side. That doesn't matter. Try to find a place where you can be seated on your sits bones. You might have to move stuff and rearrange a little way. A blanket for sitting up a little higher can be really helpful or useful here. Just take this first moment to find your position. Make sure that your position feels supported. All right, so we're going to put our hand anywhere on the leg. Use that hand almost to kind of turn your body in the opposite direction. So your right side faces your extended right leg, and then reach over toward that side. Now, of course, you might have the leg more out in front, it's the same thing, or more out inside. It's a lateral reach, so we're stretching along the opposite side of the body. My knee might come up a little bit as I do this. It's all good. And now we're going to go the other way. Reach up first, get your body back long, and as you set your hand down, take it behind you on the opposite diagonal, and then reach the opposite way. So we're changing the side stretch here. Maybe you lean a little more. And we'll show a variation on the next one. Let's hold here for a moment. All right, come back up. We're going to flow through that 3 times like we've done the others. So flow over the front leg, stretching your opposite side body. Reach behind you on the diagonal, press back. Now this time, if you like, you can also press into your foot, the heel of your extended leg, and lift your hips any amount. So that's called stargazer. If you do the stargazer version, your hand's probably a little bit closer. I'll show you that on the next round. So if I'm just going into the lateral stretch, I want my hand maybe a little further away, even onto my forearm. If I'm in stargazer, I let my hand be a little bit more supported under my shoulder. All right, and this is the last one. Come back through center. Bring your legs to center. They can be cross-leg, or you can come into cobbler by placing both feet together, also known as butterfly. Take a moment, notice the energy on one side compared to the other. Are there sensations that you feel on one side of the body? Is your breath feeling different? And as you're ready to extend the second leg out, foot comes in any amount. Again, wiggle around to make sure that your body is feeling upright before you get started. We want to be perched on our sits bones, and that's where putting a little blanket or cushion underneath can help to get that length of the spine that we're going to need for stretching the body from side to side. So we'll first brace the hand somewhere on the extended leg. Start to turn the body in the opposite direction so that your side body is more toward the leg, and then reach up and over. You might feel the breath more in your rib cage as you do this. When you're ready to come out, remember to reach up, reach back into that tall place. take the hand behind you and reach the other way. Maybe sliding that hand further away. Reach back up, and we'll repeat for 3 rounds. So 3 rounds of going to either side. Stretch to one side. Oh, this is the side I feel like I need it more. And you can stay on the side that for you needs it more. Take your hand down. If you're lifting up into stargazer, hand comes a little closer to give you more support. Press into both feet, the heel of the one, the side leg of the other. Lift into your stargazer. 2 more times. And your head can move in whatever direction feels comfortable for your neck as you move your body. Last one. Stay with the lateral stretch, or maybe take a tiny baby stargazer, not going really high, emphasizing length. And come back into center. Find a comfortable seat. As we start to move toward concluding this practice, one more thing I wanted to share with you is a mudra. A mudra is simply a hand gesture. Often in yoga, you'll see hands pressed together. That's a mudra called Anjali for gratitude. So mudras have intention, have meaning, and they can help us focus our own intention. So if my intention is to change or reconnect or move with my energy, then I can do a mudra that is based on energy, and that's prana mudra. Prana means both breath and energy. Sometimes it's translated as life force in yoga. It's a really simple hand mudra to do. All it takes is to extend your peace fingers, your V, and then take the thumb to touch the ring and little on one hand, the ring and little on the other hand. So the peace finger extended, the other hand's touching, other fingers touching. So this is prana. You can hold it up or you might rest it down, perhaps close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. For a few moments, be aware of your state. Take your attention to what was most useful or helpful about this practice. In the chapters I include down below, you might choose to only do one set of flows, and that's perfectly fine. Give yourself a little credit for doing this practice, for endeavoring to do something different, to do something to shift you out of where you were and approach the rest of your day in a new way. So you can let go of the mudra. So what did you think of this practice? I really hope it was helpful to you. And if so, I would love to hear about it in the comments. It would be great if you could give me a like as well. If you enjoyed this, I have other mental health practices that you can try. I hope you'll visit my channel again. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and have a great rest of your day.